if their run to the quarter-finals of the European Championships 2 years ago was implausible, reaching a similar stage of the World Cup ranked in the realms of the impossible. Iceland, the smallest nation ever to qualify for the biggest stage of all, came close to managing it, but a 2-1 defeat by Croatia has sent them home. They fought until the end, but goals from Milan Badelj and Ivan Perisic, sandwiched by a nerveless Gylfi Sigurdsson penalty, sealed the victory and a perfect record for Croatia. After the game, the Iceland players stood around in numb devastation, but nonetheless watched as their fans roared their appreciation. They have done themselves proud. Croatia, as suggested, made significant changes to their starting 11, in fact, from the win over Argentina, but Luka Modric and Ivan Perisic remained, at least giving the impression that they weren't completely punting this game. They controlled the early stages, Modric providing a few touches that would be outstanding for anyone else, for him mere routine. One cross from the left with the outside of his right foot so it curled gently away from Iceland keeper Hannes Halldórsson, was particularly delicious. But Iceland had more purpose, only halted slightly after a rogue, probably unintentional, Marco Pjaka forearm spread Birger Bjarnason's nose across his face. The winger, whose flowing blonde hair already looks pretty dramatic, was able to continue, but only after making an awful mess of a previously crisp white towel. He played for the rest of the game with cotton wool shoved up his left nostril. They had the better chances, too. Hordor Magnusson went close with the header, while Gylfi Sigurdsson curled a free kick over the wall, saved by Lovre Kalinic. Another came when Milan Badelj was harassed out of possession about 30 yards from his own goal. The ball made its way to Alfred Finnbogason, but his strike skimmed the outside of the post. Against Argentina, Croatia show why they are World Cup dark horses. Their best effort was just before the break, when Cardiff's Aron Gunnarsson struck a wonderful, curling shot from the right of the box that Kalinic had to fling himself towards the top corner to beat away. At that stage the Croatian keeper was their best player. Croatia seemed subdued, perhaps not a colossal surprise given the number of changes to their side. In the first half Mateo Kovacic made 55 passes, completing them all, but it's perhaps an indication of how his team played that not one of them was memorable. They started the second half with a little more gumption. They very nearly took the lead a few minutes before they actually did, badly hammering a shot against the bar from way out. But seconds later the same man found himself in the box, and contorted his body to get over a deflected, looping cross from Josip Perisic, hitting the ball down and to the ground then up into the top corner of the net. Sigurdsson gave Iceland hope with his penalty kick. Iceland came back going close a few times more, but it started to become evident that while their intention was faultless and their organization still rock solid, it all simply came down to the fact that their players weren't quite technically gifted enough to convert their hard work. We like to complicate football and look for smart reasons for the way things pan out, but sometimes it's simple, the team with the better players wins. Iceland got a lifeline in the 75th minute. Dejan Lovren, only just on as a substitute, blocked a cross with his arm and a penalty was given. Sigurdsson, who launched a spot kick into orbit against Nigeria, showed significant nerve to not only step up again to take this one, but go for a similar technique, burying his penalty into the roof of the net. Ivan Perisic scored a late winner for Croatia. From there, Iceland hammered on the door, but with moments remaining Perisic dashed down the left, into the area and belted a shot into the top corner. Icelandic hearts broke, but there was nothing for them to be ashamed of here. Follow The Independent Sport on Instagram here, for all of the best images, videos and stories from around the sporting world.